Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and to another video. Today's video is going to be mainly about how AOC came to campaign for Nina Turner on the 24th of July. The race has been tightening considerably. While the Ohio 11 Congressional District race seemed like a layup for Nina Turner, with her leading in one poll 50-15 over nearest rival Shontel Brown, recent polling has the race tightening considerably. There was one poll released with them being literally neck and neck with 33 points each, but the most recent one from the Democratic Majority for Israel PAC has Nina Turner ahead with 41 points to Shontel Brown's 36. That is not, and I want to make this very clear, not a comfortable majority heading into the final week of this race. Because behind Shontel Brown, there is a steady flow of corporate money, corporate Democrat endorsements, and a push from the entire establishment to win this district so that Nina Turner doesn't get into Congress and so that progressives don't get the win. For instance, the Democratic Majority for Israel PAC is now receiving considerable funding from oil billionaires, and you also see that more pro-Israel groups have engaged themselves in this race, and also corporate Democrat Jim Clyburn, who has a very cozy relationship with the private healthcare industry. Maybe a reason why he doesn't support Medicare for all, by the way. And all of these corporate powers from the Democratic establishment are coalescing around Nina Turner's opponent. However, Nina Turner has, as many leftists say, the people. And that's why there was so much grassroots energy around her campaign from all parts of the country, but also in her district. And some people that she also has is the very popular squad members. And AOC came on the 24th of July to Ohio with a clear message. Please send me Nina Turner. I need Nina Turner. We need Nina Turner. She said something along those lines in a Newsweek interview. She has also underlined clearly the fact that Shontel Brown, Nina Turner's opponent, is just flushed with corporate cash and totally bought up. And that's an important message to pump out to the people, because it's easy to hide behind palatable slogans and expensive campaign ads when it's not clear to the public who's behind them. It is easy to say that you would vote for Medicare for all if it came to the House floor, when in reality you do not support Medicare for all at all, because behind your campaign there are people from the private healthcare industry. It is easy to say that you can tackle climate change when behind your campaign people from big oil are really pulling the strings. And it's easy to talk about foreign policy and doing what is right, when in reality the Israel lobby is making their clear prerequisites for supporting you. The only reason they support Shontel Brown instead of Nina Turner, except that they are, like many others, corporate Democrats, is that Nina Turner has been principled in the issue of merely conditioning aid to Israel. So what has AOC been up to when in Cleveland and Ohio's 11th Congressional District? Well, she's been doing a lot of things. She's been meeting with people through canvassing, and before that she held a speech published to Nina Turner's Twitter channel that I am going to feature in this video. And She was knocking on doors and stresses the fact that to expand the progressive movement is not only getting representatives elected, it is also to mobilize people for progressive causes locally. And a campaign such as electing Tina Turner to Congress might help people organize also around other things. She's also been giving, as we saw in a Newsweek interview, a lot of statements to local news channels and also national ones. And she has been holding a campaign rally, I think. There's a video of it on YouTube, and I will link to it in the description. All in all, what this shows is that progressives are unifying in order to defeat one of the most blatant corporate Democrat challenges to progressives in a competitive district. Shontel Brown would not be where she is now if it hadn't been for the fact that many hundreds of thousands of dollars, many millions, are being spent by several corporate interests in order to defeat a real progressive. That ought to give everyone a lot of thought with respect to who they should support in this race and whether they should be apathetic and sit on the fence, as we say it in Norway. Anyway, that's that update. I hope that gave you a lot of motivation. I hope you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell, leave a comment, leave a like. I always love it when you engage with my videos. Gives me a lot of motivation, as earlier said. Anyway, the last part of this video will be Nina Turner's speech to the canvassers. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
And honestly, if you're out there in what we do wherever, if that conversation out there doesn't translate to knocks on doors and conversations at people's doorsteps, it's just noise. Remember that. It's just noise. This right here is the true work of building community. It's these one-on-one conversations, because no matter who it is, no matter what their title is, no matter what they're saying on TV, people trust their neighbors. They trust their family. They trust their cousins. They trust, you know, their members of their PTA. They trust the parent who's picking up their kid at school, dropping them off, going to soccer together. That's the real influential conversations that people are having in their lives. And you all are the most influential people in this community, period. So thank you for stepping up. That's what this is all about. Rallies are amazing. Bernie's coming out here next weekend. Cory Bush is coming out here next weekend. I'm out here. I'm going to be field captain for a day. I am deeply looking forward to Nina Turner joining us as the Congressman for Ohio, so we can make even more trouble together. And that's why we see all this dark money coming into this race. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. That's why we see all this dark money coming into this race, because they know exactly what Nina is capable of. They know exactly that she is capable of standing up to dark money. She knows that she is capable and powerful in standing up to big pharma. They know that she is capable of standing up to Wall Street. They know that she is capable of standing up to union busting. They know that she is capable of standing up to big banks that are trying to trap people in bad mortgage situations. They know that she's capable of that. Not only is she capable, but she's powerful. This money is coming in because they're scared. They're shook. They now know that they cannot beat. This is what we said back then. Big money is very lonely, because we've got people on our side. Because we got people on our side. And so they know that they can't beat us on the one-to-one. They know they can't beat us on the ground. So you know what they try to do? They try to dispirit us. They say, we can't beat you, so we're going to try to get you to beat yourself. We're going to try to get you to think that it's over. We're going to try to get you to doubt your own power. We're going to try to get you to give it up, to get tired too early, to not leave it on the field, to say, maybe this just isn't it. That's what they try to do, and that's what they're trying to do in this race. But you know how we beat them? We don't give up. We don't give up. We don't give up in New York. We don't give up in Michigan. We're not giving up in St. Louis, and we are not giving up in Ohio 11th District. That's for sure. That is for sure. And that's what makes this community. I want to tell you all a story. I told it this morning. Here's the thing about Nina, is that you all know better than anybody else in the country how she shows up when no one's watching. And not just how she shows up, but the way she shows up when no one's watching. I started my journey as a waitress. I was waitressing in a restaurant. And it was the kind of place where you had kind of like all these big screen TVs on the corner that show sports and whatnot. And that was the first time I ever saw Nina Turner. I was cleaning glasses behind the bar, and I see Nina Turner show up on television. And it was the first time I ever saw a woman like that saying the things that she said, the way that she said it. And I cannot tell you how inspiring that was to me. I was like, that's possible? They'll let people on TV to say stuff like that? And that's when I felt like there was like someone looking out for me somewhere, you know? And when I first started running, it was the kind of thing where people were like, this is impossible. Like, this is great. Like, good for you, but I mean, come on, kid. And we convened in a group with other normal working people that decided that they were going to do something crazy and try to run for Congress. And someone called in, and that person was Senator Nina Turner. And she said, listen, what you're doing is long odds, but it's worthwhile. And I just want to share with you whatever I know. And I was so nervous, and it was a Zoom call, and I was like shaking. And I was like, wow. She made me feel, not just on a TV, but in a personal interaction, like I was worth something. She made me feel, it's really hard. Like if people talk about that story about what we did in New York now, it's just like, oh, this is what happened. But it's really hard when you're waitressing and just from a self-confidence perspective, saying, I can be your congresswoman. It's really hard to knock on a door and try to make that case, especially when you're running against someone that was an incumbent for 20 years. How's a waitress better than an incumbent, right? Like, that's supposed to be the script. Nina made me feel, no, you are better than the incumbent. You are better than the incumbent. And she's here to tell all of you and all of us that too. And I'm so excited to be here, right here in Cleveland Heights with you all today. I believe that nothing is a coincidence. We are all here today together for a reason. For a reason. Reasons known and unknown. We are here today together for a reason, for reasons known and unknown. The known reason is to support and elect and make Nina Turner the next Congresswoman for Ohio 11th District. That's the known reason. But there are so many unknown reasons. There could be a next council member here in this district. There could be a next director of your PTA here in this district. There could be a next writer who's going to tell the stories that inspire a generation in this district. There could be a next researcher or doctor or physician that understands the actual health needs of this community in this district. There could be a whistleblower for environmental injustice and pollution in our water to clean it up right here. And so just know, and I always say this too, when we're in these experiences together, introduce yourself, make sure you have a conversation with someone you don't know before you leave. So that we can discover the unknown reasons as to why we were brought together here today. So, this is why we all do this. It's because we're here together today to elect Nina, but we have seen even some of the ripple effects back in New York, where when we elect people who bring community together, that community starts to organize and mobilize for so many different reasons.